And you'll look at it and you won't notice it because like your brain basically says, oh, that's a corner. Well, but is it? It is Sunday, December 14th. It has been a few weeks since I've been out here. I could have technically filmed another video between then and now, but it would have literally been the driest video ever filmed for YouTube because it was about drywall. That was what was going on at the moment, was drywall. And I can't think of anything more dry than drywall. But look what these guys have done in these last couple weeks. And honestly, they got most of it done like in a week and a half. First off, as you can tell, we have a siding on the home. We have, oh, they finished it so pretty too. Damn. Okay, so this right here is Hardie board. I showed you in the other video where there's basically like stacks of it sitting outside. I'm pretty sure I did, but Hardie board, and you'll see more, you'll see it all basically as we walk around the house. But Hardie board is a synthetic plank. It is extremely resilient. It basically makes your house bulletproof unless you want to drive a car into it or something like that. And the style in which Mr. Yacht Rock is getting his place done is called board and batten. And that's like the architectural, like fancy name for it. But boards, battens, and it just gives it kind of like a farmhouse kind of feel to it. I've always thought that that's super pretty. When I redo my place, I'm gonna get it done in that fashion because that's how my girl wanted it, because she liked the whole farmhouse thing. And where our house is, like it basically begs for that kind of treatment. Anyway, the advantages to having Hardie board on your home, it is, again, it's way more resilient. It does come with a couple caveats though. You have to paint it, unlike vinyl siding. Look at that storm I'm trying to beat right there. Woo! Okay, you have to paint it like every 5 or 6 years, just like you would a regular house. But that comes with the fact that it's more resilient. Obviously, it costs a little more than vinyl siding too. There's nothing wrong with vinyl siding, but like this just levels it up. And with the board and batten, it makes it look bitchin', to be honest with you. There's an architectural term for you. So our garage is almost finished, I'm sure. Let me see. So we got to put down the cement still. That's fine. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Extra supplies and trim. All right. It looks like we've got the. It looks like we've got the electrical box wired up out here now. Not that there's going to be that much electrical out here to box, but that means that the electrician probably got the inside of the house done as well. Okay, here is another point, and I'm glad that they stuck this out here for us to talk about. Important point, believe it or not, this comes up in conversation. Lance, what the hell are those? The alternate question that goes with it is, hey, what kind of protection am I going to have for my home in the middle of a hurricane? Well, the answer to that is those two questions. It's basically the same. So inside of this like bag they have here, and this long, looks like a giant rollout cover, that's basically what that is. So according to building code in basically Myrtle Beach and up into the coastal areas of Brunswick County, you have to have some kind of storm shutters, right? They have to provide you with something, and they don't say what you should be provided with. You just have to be given something. This is the super expensive version of that something. These, it's basically like a nylon vinyl, you know, kind of covering that stretches across your windows, and it protects your windows in the middle of a hurricane. That big long one that you see there, that's for the ginormous sliding glass. The big slider that goes out onto the back deck. And the ones that are in this bag here, yeah, that are in this bag. See, I'm looking at the screen. I can't tell how close my hand is because I'm not looking at my hand. There. The rest of them that are in that bag are for the regular windows. So every system is going to have a different method by which it is installed. Some of them have built-in sliders that slide onto the windows. Some of them are as simple as, let me back up a minute because I almost tripped on that. Some of them are as simple as the builder giving you a bunch of boards that are pre-drilled and giving you some wood screws and saying, here, if there's a storm, screw these boards over your windows and then you'll be fine. Now, in the real world, how often do people use their window protection for hurricane? I'm not going to say it's never happened, but I've never seen it. I can't tell you how many storms I've been through, both growing up a little while from here, as well as having lived here for, what, 16 years now? Something like that. Yeah, people don't use it, honestly. Again, we're blessed by geography and that we get drive-bys. Now, if there's a Category 5 hit that's coming this way, that's gonna make landfall in Myrtle Beach, which, by the way, has never happened in the history of the United States, as far as anybody knows. It may have happened before the United States. It may have happened before Columbus landed, God knows. But it hasn't happened in recorded history that a Category 5 would make landfall in this spot. So if that happens, okay, yeah, you might want to think about putting your stuff up. But honestly, the windows are resilient enough as it is. And what this is going to do, it's not going to stop the window from being broken if there's a hurricane and the hurricane is like 150 miles an hour and it picks up, you know, like 3 streets down, it picks up somebody's barbecue and slings it in the air at 50 miles an hour. It's not going to stop your window from breaking, but it will stop whatever breaks your window from smashing its way into your house. I know I'm being like colorful with the language there, but these are things that they haven't happened. Could it happen? Yeah. A gold meteor could fall out of the sky and land in my front yard too. That hasn't happened. Okay, we are looking at the back deck. They have all the columns boxed out. Again, they box these out. There's a structural column inside of there, and this is boxed out with Hardie plank, just like the rest of the house. Looking really nice back here. And again, this build is going to be basically the same as the model. It's going to look very, very similar. Most of the options are the same. Let me get inside before this storm decides it wants to storm. And one last thing before we go barging in. I love how they did their porch. And they're about ready to pour the little walkway that goes in front. So let's get inside. I'm just gonna take a quick walk through. The drywall is basically done. It was roughed in when I was here before, and I was making jokes about it being, you know, like that, dry. Shower's ready to go in. And if it's picking up an echo on my voice, that's because it is incredibly echoey in here. Bathroom vanities. spot for the electrical fixtures. Everything is going to appear, basically appear ghostly white, and that's because it is ghostly white in here. Everything is pretty much covered, and I mean covered, in drywall dust. Cabinets are up. Electrical panel that should be, well, maybe not. The drop off. Besides the little coat hooks and stuff, the drop off is pretty much done. Needs some paint. There is drywall dust everywhere. So what they're going to do is they're going to come in and basically hermetically clean all that dust out, and then they'll put in the final, well, the first coat of paint. Which is going to be sprayed, and that's why they still have all the plastic on the cabinets that were hung. Once they get that initial layer of paint on, that first coat of paint, then they'll come in and they'll add extra layers and, you know, touch this up, touch that up, and basically get it ready for its final life, if you will. Double ovens. God, this place is gonna be so nice. Fridge is gonna go there. Potential coffee station. Pantry. Hood. Electric range is gonna go there. Sink, etc. goes here. And dishwasher right there. So again, I alluded earlier to the fact that we are watching sausage get made. Nothing in here is going to be perfect, right? There is always things that they have to go through and fix and amend. But let me show you how much they've already got right. So one of my pet peeves, whenever we're doing walkthroughs for people, and we do, if you're in another state, we will do your walkthrough for you if you want, at least your blue tape walkthrough. They usually want you to do your final walkthrough, but if you're doing your final walkthrough, that means you're closing. And if it means you're closing, you're probably standing here anyway, in the state of South Carolina or North Carolina, as it's appropriate. Now, here's one of the things, one of my pet peeves, and it looks like they've got it nailed. So I have a level. The cabinets, when they get hung, they should be okay. I'll definitely take that. And the other thing, and this probably needs a little love, are the cabinets themselves. Level, the doors, because sometimes they'll just throw it up. And yes, they have people come from behind. Wait a minute. Okay, so this one is clearly, that's where it should be. So somebody's got to come behind and fix that one. That's going to be part of their quality control, so that's no big deal. Like, you can even see that one. Totally fine, totally to be expected. But when you're buying your own house and you're getting these things done and you're getting them looked at, This should be one of the things that, yeah, that one is dead on perfect. Damn. That's one of the things that you should check for. And you don't need a level for that, but, well, yeah, I guess you do need a level for that. Another thing, and you would take this for granted, right? Like, I'm not even gonna lie, when we were doing our own closets in our own house, I took this for granted and Sharon took this for granted. It was her project. She wanted to tear into it. She was definitely a hands-on kind of girl, and like, I absolutely love her for that. My job was basically to lift anything heavy when we were doing the cabinets. Closets. She basically did everything else she wanted to, and I thought that was awesome. But one of the things that you will take for granted without even thinking about it is, are the corners actually corners? Let me show you. For instance, let's take this window. Now I'm going to be very careful. I have a carpenter square here. I'm going to be extremely careful so as not to hurt anything, because that's got hard edges. But if I gently set it there, that is pretty much a 90-degree angle. You take it for granted that that should be a 90-degree angle, but if there has been like hurried or shoddy construction in your home, that might not be a 90-degree angle, not even kidding. And you'll look at it and you won't notice it because like your brain basically says, oh, that's a corner. Well, but is it? The developer of these homes, the guy that basically owned this land and contracted out with the builders to develop it, he hired 3 builders in the beach area down here, be it Horry County, Georgetown, or Brunswick, depending on where you're at. It is not uncommon to see where there are multiple builders inside of the same subdivision. So this gorgeous house is being built by Toll Brothers. But if we come down here, right next door, this home is going to be built by the sauciest developer in the subdivision, Saucy Burbank. And each of these builders, and over there, there's also Pulte. We're probably staring at a Pulte build. I just can't tell because it's not done yet. But Pulte is also in here as well. And while they all have, basically they're building for the same demographic, they're building for the same customer, they are going to compete on price, they are going to compete in quality with each other, and you won't have a neighborhood basically where it looks like all the houses were stamped out and, you know, placed next to each other, because they're going to have totally different character and totally different builds. That's probably why this subdivision is filling up at a relatively quick clip, even with the market as it is, because like the location in here, the quality of the builds, the fact that you have 3 different builders that you can tap to get your home done is just, it's really neat. It's a really unique opportunity. This video is going to be debuting on a Friday night. The following Monday, I'm gonna do a live stream right at 6 o'clock. I think that's gonna be a good time going forward. I'm gonna do a live stream where you guys can write in. You don't need any extra software. I'm going to be talking about all of the building process, hurricane construction, the different builders in the area. And if you have any questions at all about anything related to that, I can answer them for you anonymously from your side in live time. You don't need any special software. All you do is you open your YouTube app, open it at 6 o'clock, look at it just like it's a regular video, and you'll see me in my office at home typing in live time and talking on camera. All you have to do is post your questions. You just type right into the YouTube app, it'll let you, and I'll see your question pop up on my screen, and then I can answer it for you. Easy peasy. Thanks for watching.